Hey, this is me, Carolina, for the very last time in this particular project. It's a pleasure that you are here. In this video, I would like to sum up some basic stuff and at the end, add some more. We have talked through the basic information about starting up an enterprise. This project was meant to give you the information introduction to business and therefore to encourage youth to combine traditional rural businesses, cultural heritage, social enterprises with modern technologies, thus facilitating the development of innovative, high-value added products in areas that are struggling with a socio-economic decline. During the videos, we have tried to develop entrepreneurial skills amongst youth who are potential rural innovators. If you're watching this, you are the future. I hope you have some ideas inside of your head how to shape and develop innovative business ideas based on the local intangible heritage and social things, social issues and the modern ICT. I hope you took notes, but if not, all of those information are going to be available on our website. Remember that you, as a rural youngsters, can bridge the past with the future, creating innovative products based on traditional knowledge and modern technologies. Grab your coffee cup, and I'll grab mine, and let's make a toast to advanced business English learning. In this very last video, In this very last video, I'm going to give you some hints and advice about English in business. As you know, English is fast becoming a requirement for anyone to work, communicate and compete in the international market. Maybe you want to impress a potential employer, or you have a job that requires frequent international business travel. Or maybe you've set your sights on joining a multinational company, or you want to run your own business and you need English. For these and any number of situations, you need to be able to communicate at an advanced level of business English. Tips for improving your business English vocabulary quickly. First of all, read and watch business news. Improving your business vocabulary takes more than just learning new words. You need to find out how they are used. The fastest way for an advanced learner like you to do that is to read and watch business news often. One easy way to start keeping up with the latest business news is to subscribe, for example, to the New York Times or BBC and try to read at least one article every day. The Business Day section includes articles on a wide variety of business topics and covers both US and international business news. Second of all, set a target to learn new words every day. You can pick up new business words all around you. Sometimes it's as simple as talking to people or reading news sites, but don't stop there. To learn business English vocabulary more quickly, set yourself a target to learn as many new words as you can every day. One popular study opinion many learners like is to use flashcards or flashcard apps, for example. You can go online to find exciting sets of business vocabulary flashcards or templates to make your own flashcards. Even learning 4 or 5 new words a day can make a big difference over time. One easy way to memorize English words for business and more general vocabulary is to learn English with Fluent U. Fluent U takes real-world videos on everyday topics like business, politics, news, movies, and music, and turns them into personalized language learning lessons. And third of all, use the words you have learned. Learning new vocabulary is a good thing, but what's more important is learning how and where to use these words. To do that, you need to actually use these words in your daily work. Apply them to different situations and contexts until you're comfortable using them. Okay, let's move on now to advanced business English words I have for you today. Many of these words have general meanings, but in this video I will only be discussing them in the business context. Are you ready to get started? Okay. First, it's balance sheet. A balance sheet details the company accounts at a certain point in time, often the end of the financial year. It lists the value of the company's assets, things belonging to it, liabilities, what it owes, and ownership equity, what's left after liabilities. It's intended to provide a snapshot of how the company is doing financially, which can then be compared with goals outlined in the business plan. Forecast. Just as weather forecast predicts what's the weather going to be doing, so a business forecast predicts various aspects of a business's future movement based on its current situation, external factors, new products, plans for marketing, and such likes. The time frames are usually somewhat longer than those involved in a weather forecast. 3 to 5 year forecasts are common. Types of business forecasts include sales, profits and loss, and cash flow. The latter helps business owners predict whether they're likely to run out of money. USP. A USP is the unique selling proposition of a company, product, or service. In other words, what makes it different from similar offerings. The UPS are considered when a company is set up or a new product or service is launched, and they are also at the forefront of marketers' minds because it's the unique aspects that enable those charged with marketing to succeed by highlighting reasons why customers should choose them rather than other company. HR. The abbreviation HR stands for Human Resources, and it's the part of a company that deals with matters relating to its employees. The goal of someone who specializes in HR is to ensure that employees are happy and productive, reducing turnover of employees, that is, reducing the frequency with which employees leave and new ones are hired, and maximizing the cost effectiveness of the company investment in its workforce. HR oversees employee training and development, enforces company regulations, and deals with payroll, everything to do with the payment of employees. HR is also there to handle disciplinary matters and to deal with impartially with problems arising between employees and between employees and their managers. Brand. Brand is the term given to a company's name and the recognizable attributes that go with that company, which define its unique identity. The company's tone of voice and design of official communications are part of what gives it this brand identity. Public relations. Public relations, or PR, is the role within a business devoted to communicating with the press and ensuring favorable media coverage of a company, product, or service. Minutes. The minutes of a meeting are notes taken during the meeting to record what was said and what was agreed, and to assign actions to individuals whose responsibility it will be to complete them. Cold call. This is a phone call, usually from a sales representative of a company to a potential customer or client who is not expecting the call and with whom there has been no previous contact, with the aim of trying to sell them something. Cold calls have a bad reputation and are often referred to by customers as nonsense call. Office jargon. A particular category of business-related vocabulary is known in English as office jargon, and it's a widely derived language all of its own, also known as management speak. These are aggrandizing terms that many people in business use in order to make themselves sound clever and important. At least that's what they think. In reality, most people loathe office jargon, and those who use it lose the respect of those around them. Going forward, this is usually used to mean from now on. Some may consider it to have connotations of moving on positively from something negative that may have occurred. We'll adopt a different approach going forward. Thinking outside the box, it's a favorite of quirky creative agencies that the phrase thinking outside the box means to think creatively, abandoning all preconceptions. Blue sky thinking, the archetypal piece of office jargon. The term blue sky thinking is another way of expressing the idea of thinking outside the box. Action. You'll know the word action from its normal context, such as action movies or simply describing something being done, like taking action. However, in the business environment, this is one of many examples of a noun being turned into a verb. Can you action that? Might be a request you would hear in an office, meaning simply, can you do that? Stakeholders. This word is used to refer to anyone who's involved in a particular project. If someone has a say in the outcome of a piece of work, they are stakeholders. Buy-in. This term refers to the idea of gaining acceptance for something. If someone agrees to subscribe to a particular way of doing things, for example, they are buying into an idea, you might see a phrase like seek buy-in from employees in an HR document discussing the implementation of a new set of rules, for example. Leverage. Though leverage is another word that's meant to be a noun, meaning the use of a lever to apply force, it's often heard in a business context being used as a verb, meaning to utilize something to the business's advantage. Leverage our contacts to spread the word, for example. Touch base. This is surely one of the most cringe-worthy pieces of office jargon, and it's filtered its way through from the pitches of American baseball into the offices of the UK. All it means in the office environment is to make contact. You might hear let's touch base, meaning let's talk. On the same page. In the world of office jargon, it's apparently acceptable to take a well-known idiom, in this case, singing from the same hymn sheet, and dumb it down for use in the boardroom. If you are on the same page as someone, you're approaching something from the same point of view as them, with the same agreed assumptions in mind. Feedback. Yet another example of a noun becoming a verb for the purposes of awful office jargon is the word feedback, which should be used as a noun to describe constructive comments on something, as in essay feedback. However, in an office environment, it's not unusual to hear it used as a verb. We are waiting for him to feedback on the ideas, or even horrifically, in the past tense, he's fed back to us that he doesn't like it. Price point. For some reason, some business types like to talk about price points instead of just prices. This is one of many examples of using more complicated language in lieu of a simpler word or phrase. End of play. This irritating term referred to the end of the working day. Close of play is a variant, as in, can you get this over to me by close of play today? Drill down. You might hear this term used to describe something that deserves closer inspection. We need to drill down to the finer details. Best practice. You might hear colleagues referring to industry best practices, which describes a generally acknowledged best way of doing things in order to achieve optimum results. And core competency, this phrase refers to the strength of person or company. The word competent doesn't even refer to strength. It means the ability to do something to a satisfactory standard. Scalable. If something is scalable, this means that it's an idea that will work easily on a larger scale to the one it currently works on. For example, a scalable business model is one that's easy to replicate in order to expand the business. Skill set. This refers to someone's range of skills. It's jargon because it's unnecessary way of describing what could easily be referring to simply as skills. Vertical. You would have thought that the word vertical is simply to oppose to horizontal, but not in a business context. In the world of business jargon, it refers to an area of expertise. Rather than saying we cater for the logistics industry, some business types might say we cater for the logistics vertical. Get the ball rolling. This is simply a way of saying start. You might hear it at the beginning of a meeting when the person organizing the meeting might say, let's get the ball rolling, to mean let's begin the meeting. Annual leave. Many business people now write in their out-of-office emails that they are on annual leave. This simply means that they are on holiday. Annual leave is really a term used by the military, and it's unclear how it became adopted into the world of civilian business. Low-hanging fruit. Imagine picking up fruit from a tree. You would go for the ones hanging low first, as they are easiest to get. In business, the phrase low-hanging fruit is used to describe the tasks or opportunities that are easiest to tackle. Quick wins. This horrible phrase refers to the same sort of things as low-hanging fruit, the things that are easiest to achieve. Helicopter view. Believe it or not, this means a quick overview. Why anybody felt that describing it in this way was necessary in anybody's guess, but the same could be said of any of the examples of this list of office jargon, so you're best of avoiding these terms if you want it to be taken seriously in an office environment. Null and void. The phrase null and void refers to a contract or clause that's invalid, non-binding, or which has no legal force. Invoice. The noun invoice refers to an itemized bill showing the list of goods sold or services provided, the prices, and the total amount to be paid. Counter offer. A counter offer is an offer you make in response to an offer made by another party. If you're unhappy with an offer someone has made to you, you may make a counter offer. Trademark. The noun trademark refers to an officially registered name, symbol, or logo used to represent a product or firm. Trademark can also be used as a verb. It's similar in some ways to copyright or a patent, but not quite the same. Remember, if you want to master this advanced business English vocabulary, some with humor, you need to practice using the words in your daily work. Business can be hard. Heck, life can be hard. We are all on a journey, and we've been down in the dumps before, wondering if what we are doing is really worth it. Wondering if what we are doing is really making an impact. But it's important that we're always moving forward. You got a dream, you gotta protect it. You want something, go get it, period. Motivation comes from working on things that we care about. This is certainly true for entrepreneurship. Those who are running businesses and working to tackle problems which engage them are more likely to find success. There will be struggles on your journey to success, but it's all about how much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Remember what I have said in one of the first videos. Even when your back is up against the wall, break the goddamn thing. Good luck. And thank you. And see you soon.